Loose woman Jane Moore is heading into the I'm a Celebrity jungle, but some of you will also recognise her as one of The Sun's own columnists. She writes a weekly column for us filled with the kind of bold and considered opinions you'll hear from her on ITV. But before that, she covered many beats here at the paper, including the royal patch during a tumultuous time for the monarchy when she often crossed paths with Princess Diana. She was our women's editor and also covered the world-famous Bizarre Showbiz column. Which brings me to why, as an I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here expert, I think Jane Moore is going to make a brilliant campmate. Firstly, she's had an incredibly interesting life and will have amazing stories to tell around the campfire. She rose up as a young journalist in a male-dominated industry after her teacher told her it was no job for a lady. But she proved them all wrong and climbed to a position where she covered some of Britain's most shocking crimes, including the murder of James Bulger and Rose West's trial. Jane then went on to become part of the very first Loose Women lineup in 1999, and last year I spoke to her about her role on the show and how it all came about. She told me, "At the end of an audition for a new all-female debate show back in 1999, I was asked to say to camera, 'I'm Jane Moore and I'm a loose woman.' I flatly refused and consequently thought I'd never hear from them again. But they wanted strong, opinionated women who knew their own minds, so luckily my determined stance worked in my favour. As you can imagine, this means she's going to not hold any prisoners in that I'm a Celebrity camp. But she'll also be adept at bringing the best out of her campmates and, crucially for us viewers, teasing out their best tales. Before going into camp, she said, 'I will fill the hours with good chat. I find people really interesting and I want to have organic conversations. I won't be like, tell me about the time, but I will be asking questions just because I'm interested. I hope my fellow campmates don't get too offended.'" Jane's going into camp at a bit of a crossroads in her life, having split from her husband 2 years ago. Which leads me to my final reason Jane is going to ace it down under. She's ready to embrace anything. Celebrities who are ready to take on every challenge always thrive in camp, and she's ready to do just that. And I, for one, hope that Jane is in there for the long haul, even if it's just to hear all about how and why Elton John was the best man at her wedding back in 2002. But I'll leave Jane to tell you about that one.